What up, everybody? This is the Meet Me in the Middle podcast. We just fucked up our first take. I'm going to just keep it straight 100 with you guys. We just did a whole intro, and we didn't record none of it. So I'm here with my boy Moses, the man, the myth, the legend. He's famous on a few accounts. He's got Thank You Moses. He's got They Call Me Meads. He's out here pushing the content, pushing it straight to the people. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Moses. How'd you end up here in this seat with me? What's going on in your life?
Well, I'm Moses. I'm a post-grad from Iona. Don't know how that happened. Life. I'm just a working dude, man. Like I've been working.
Hustling.
I got so many W-2s that the government need to stop playing with me. Like I can't even file my taxes until I get 9 W-2s in. I'm a working dude, bro. And one of the things I'm on, as far as like the creative aspect, I've been getting into movies lately. I shot my first independent movie last summer.
Yes, sir.
And I gotta say, like, it was one of those experiences where I worked so many jobs. I've worked like minimum wage. I've done food. I've done grocery
I remember
stores.
when this dude was working at Playland.
I was working at Playland. I just quit Playland last year.
That's crazy.
Halfway through for the movie. And out of everything I've ever done, all these experiences, I gotta say the movie was just one of those experiences that like I'm gonna keep chasing for a bit because that was different.
I bet, bro. And I was gonna save that for later, but now that we're already on the topic, I want to talk about that whole movie shit and like, how'd you get into that bag? Because from what I see, you had gotten into it post graduation. So to me, I read that as you kind of graduated knowing that even though you majored in what you major in.
Mass comm, TV broadcasting.
Okay, so it's similar to what you were into, but like, how did you decide that you want to kind of pivot into the acting role or the acting bag? You know.
To be honest, bro, I'm the biggest bullshitter on the planet.
That's what acting is essentially.
Yeah, and like the thing is, I had a class. It was a really nice class. A wonderful professor. Her name was Natalie Red Cross, and it was called Senior Seminar.
Her last name was Red Cross.
Pretty sure
she worked for the Red Cross.
She had our class project was to find out what our future career was, to learn about it, and to execute getting into the position. I don't think she's there this semester, but I want to talk to her so bad and let her know that I actually got into it. So everybody picked a job at the start of it.
That's dope.
Me personally, you know, I'm a media major, but I have my feelings about the media. I'll get into that later with why I'm not really pursuing it at the moment. But overall, like
when you say media, what do you mean? That you have your feelings about it? If you don't mind getting into it now,
you know, like journalism, man. Like, cause you know, like I have
sensationalism, like basically.
Like you read journalism, it's clickbait. Like you know, you're taught in the beginning to do what you have to do to get people to click. The more clicks you have, the more money you make. And I'm saying like the craziest thing that the world has ever done. We can all sit here and admit that the criminal justice system is wrong. But somehow we'll read a newspaper and we're all legally certified federal prosecutors. We prosecute people when we don't even follow through with a justice system.
Bro.
Meanwhile, we know the justice system's wrong. And it's just the everlasting like cycle. So I'm not even worried about getting into media right now.
But that's the thing though. It's like, it's crazy because it's like as fucked up as the federal justice system is, it's all we got. And people are dead ass acting like they're the judge, the prosecutor, the witness, all that shit. And I'm just like, yo, just because you saw a tweet, you don't know what happened. Like, maybe this is a cop-out, but most of the time my stance is like, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. I can't just like say I know because someone said something on Twitter. And people are so quick to just like jump on these things and like make their stances so certain. Like, there's nothing wrong with not knowing like what's going on. Like, if anything, that's better because then you put yourself in a position to learn and like, you know, rather than just like coming up with your biases. And I don't know, it's really fucked up when you think about like just how fast the verdict is made on social media now.
And even as you just said, biases, like if you were chosen for a jury and they know you have a bias, they're kicking you off the jury immediately. They look for all your prejudices when they interview you beforehand. So I'm saying like we all think we're somebody where we know all this stuff about the law. We ain't never sat in no classroom. We aren't lawyers.
I did take law.
Well, we took law.
I took one semester.
I took one class in high school, and I worked at a law firm.
It was copyright, so it wasn't even anything.
And I worked at a law firm for like 8 months, and I know firsthand that we don't know what we think we know.
No, for
this
sure.
This is from somebody who has at least a year experience in it now and still don't.
Speaking of which, I want to kind of get into. So I don't know if you heard. So obviously, Nipsey Hussle had just passed recently. R.I.P. the legend. Were you a big Nipsey fan before he died?
I listened to a couple tracks. I liked
Dedication.
I liked a little bit of Dedication. I know I listened through to it. I know it was selling pretty good.
Dedication. No, Victory Lap is the album. Dedication was a song on the album with Kendrick.
I'm bugging. Victory Lap. No, the album that came out. So I was listening to
Lap.
it. I really liked the one that was like Last Time That I Checked. That was my joint.
Last time that I checked,
and
it was 5 chains on my neck. It was on my breath. That song, that beat.
I started listening to Roddy Ricch a lot lately. So when they dropped
you said you watched Rachel Ray?
No, I started listening to Roddy Ricch.
Oh, I said Rachel Ray. I was like, I didn't know you was into that. You were well-rounded, motherfucker.
So they dropped that Racks in the Middle. I know I was listening to that heavy. So
Roddy Ricch is dope. He's from Philly, I believe. No, he's from Cali.
Yeah, I think that it's like, because I know they dropped the track together. I think Roddy Ricch really looked up to Nipsey, so I know he was definitely hurting when that news dropped, because he's an upcoming artist and one of his first big tracks with Nipsey. So it's like, wow.
And that's the crazy part, because like shit like that is just a reminder of like his testament of like what he did in his neighborhood. Because even though Nipsey wasn't the most mainstream successful dude, you got to realize he was independent, so he never had that major label backing. But even for what he was doing, like he was making some waves, especially in LA, and like a lot of dudes like really looked up to him, like Roddy Ricch, even his peers, like Snoop Dogg was just talking about at the service, like about like what he meant to the neighborhood. And it's crazy. But the reason I wanted to bring it up was we were talking about the judge system. And did you hear that apparently the day that he died, his mans, who had been in jail for like 20 years, he was on parole, and part of his parole was that he wasn't allowed to hang out with any gang members. And Nipsey, because this was his friend, he had known that he had gotten out, and he was like, I'm gonna buy you some clothes so you can look presentable when you get home to your family. But he's dead ass going to jail because Nipsey is considered a gang member. So now he's going back into jail after just getting out for 20 years. And it's like, I just want to know what you think about like the bullshit behind that.
Bro, it's like they just set up a lot of traps inside the system. It's a system that's made to like, it's a system that's made not to like advance. Like when you're in jail, the purpose of jail is to teach somebody. Well, no, the purpose of prison is supposed to teach somebody rehabilitate and make them get back into the system where they're no longer going to be a criminal. Mm-hmm. But in jail, all they're taught to be is a criminal.
Yeah.
So it's just never ends. Like every single step you get there, something to stop you there. Drug tests stop you there. Jobs shut you down here.
Well, that's another thing with the felony on your record or whatever you got. Like they make it so hard to get back in jail. Like there's dead ass dudes who are like, yo, I'd rather just go back to jail.
Yeah.
Like they made it so it's harder to be out here. I mean, it's not. I mean, it is, but they want to make it seem like it's like they just want you to go back and like essentially, like you said, that's a trap. And it's like, I guess there's not really much to say about this shit because it's like that's just the system being the system, and like we've seen it time and time and time again, and it's just the sad shit. But I mean, I hope it's not too disrespectful to lean into this, but now that we got the Nipsey, stuff, we spoke about it. So Kodak, the god, the young legend, he kind of got in some shit recently. You guys probably, if you're watching this, Kodak, he got into a little bit of controversy on the internet because he had shot his shot at Lauren London, and he was like, yo, she finna be a whole widow. I'm gonna wait about a year till I shoot my shot. And people got mad. T.I. took down his artwork at the Trap Museum. Like people are not feeling that. I want to know what you think.
Well, the words exactly were, it's sad that she's about to be a whole widow. I wish I could just be her friend, maybe give her somebody to talk to. I would even wait like a year or something, give her a year or two to like cry over dude. And then somebody said, you shooting your shot? He's like, I'm not shooting my shot. I just want to be around her. I just want to be friends. Mm-hmm. So Kodak, first of all, my height, 5'6", dark skin.
So you empathize?
No. He's a 5'6", dark skinned dude, and Nipsey Hussle's a 6'4", light skinned, handsome dude with braids. Like,
I wouldn't. I can't speak.
I'm just saying, like, if first of all, Lauren ain't even worried about that. She got a kid to worry about. She's worrying about like burying her husband. This is the last thing on her mind. Everybody else is so concerned with protecting her. She's worrying about something totally different.
Yeah, like I don't think she hasn't
the
said
woman's life.
About this.
She cares less about some kid who's a 21-year-old from LA. Like her heart and soul is no longer on this planet with her. Yeah, you feel me?
It's so sad. And you saw the service?
Yeah, I saw bits and pieces of it.
Man, I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw the clips on like Instagram. That shit is wild. R.I.P. to her. I mean, condolences to her.
For real. And people just took it as if a dude said, "Oh, hey, like I want to be your friend." She don't have to give him the time of day. She don't have to talk to him. She don't have to do that. She probably didn't even hear it, and everybody ran as if he just like ran up and shot his shot. Like, oh, like I'm glad he gone. That was not his words. He just wanted to ask for a friendship, and either way, she wasn't gonna hear that anyway, and nobody should be hearing that when they're passed away.
You know what I think a lot of it comes down to? I think just a lot of things get lost in translation.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And like for me, like I didn't grow up in the most like dangerous area, but I grew up in the project, so I understand hood vernacular.
Oh,
and Lord. a lot of things sound a certain way when like you hear it said for what it sounds like, but that's just like how people talk in the hood. Like she finna be a whole widow. Like that doesn't sound as bad like if you're considering like just homies talking like at the crib or whatever. But the fact that it's put on social media where a bunch of dudes who were never around people who talk like that and like just like a little more blunt, because like you said, he didn't even mean it that way. He said, damn, I feel bad, she finna be a whole widow. But people probably cut the clip at she finna be a whole widow, and it's like it just sounds way worse than it is. But if you actually like just grew up around like dudes who like speak in like hood vernacular, it's like it's not as bad as it sounds. But you gotta realize, and it's like the truth of the matter, most of the time when dudes are getting crucified, it's white Twitter. It's white Twitter, like fucking, you know, put in their preconceived notions, be like, see, I knew this guy was a monster. This is the proof. I done told you guys. And
I don't know, because I'm on Black Twitter, and they be going worse on Black Twitter. I don't know. I feel like white Twitter is forgiven, because Black Twitter, I don't even tweet, because Black Twitter be trying to come for me. Like, I tweeted, I forgot, it was like a couple days ago, I tweeted something mad light, something about G Herbo, like, with his son, and I just said, haha, me as a dad. Somebody's like, you a whole grown-ass man talking about yelling at a child. I'm like, you hypothetically talking about me having a hypothetical son, about what I hypothetically do with my son, what G Herbo hypothetically did to a kid. Nah.
I know what you mean, though. I think, obviously, Black Twitter probably is part of it, too, but I feel like a lot of it starts with maybe white Twitter, and a lot of it is, like, preconceived notions, and, like, just to be real, like, even I'm Dominican, there's a lot of self-hate in our communities, and I feel like a lot of that started from, you know, Anglo-Saxon beliefs, and we're getting into some deep shit now that I'm, like, hearing what we're saying. I feel like a lot of that shit starts from, like, self-hate that was taught to us by, you know, the ops.
I feel, well, just basically, like, with the whole Kodak thing, like, he is in the wrong, but the thing is, the kid never made it to high school. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody that's watched this, you at least made it to 11th grade or 10th grade.
Yeah, and that dude probably dropped out in middle school.
You know, yeah, but I'm saying you weren't kicked out of elementary school for fighting. He was kicked out of elementary. He was arrested in middle school, spent some time in jail in middle school for having a gun, and he spent a lot of his time in high school. Like, if you ever watched his music video, Patty Cake, they said it's funny because he couldn't make it to the video shoot because he was in jail when Patty Cake came out, but it also was literally a video of somebody in high school, and it was a drawn on picture of Kodak, and Kodak was like drawn on and crowned the prom king for the high school experience he never got to experience because he was in jail the whole time. So,
and that's the thing people don't take for account for, like, the fact that maybe somebody might have not had it as good as you, somebody might have not been as privileged as you. Like, sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say names, but I've been called out on like certain things that I said, and I'm like, yo, it's my bad. I'm honestly, I didn't grow up, like, I might say some shit that may come off like slightly homophobic, even though I'm not homophobic at all. I'm like, yo, my bad. I guess no one ever told me not to make those jokes because those type of people aren't around where I'm from. It's just ignorance. Like, some people aren't exposed to the same knowledge that everyone else has, and because of that we all have different beliefs on what we think is okay and what is not okay. Like not everyone is born up to that same standard, and it's just like shit gets lost in translation. And that's the fucked up part about social media, is like we're all people who communicate differently, all put in the same goddamn place trying to understand each other when we're all very different. And like shit is fucked up.
If you don't know better, you can't do better, man. Like you gotta know first. That's all.
That's what I'm saying. Like people get mad when you don't know. It's like, yo, so teach me.
Facts.
Teach me. Like my bad. I didn't mean to offend anybody when I said this. So just teach me. And like that's what happens when you have like somebody like Kodak who had all these what's that word? Odds stacked against him, and like you put this motherfucker with a platform with millions of followers.
It's just Kodak is really the craziest thing because he's in front of the whole world with no education, been to jail like God knows how many times, with millions of dollars, and then y'all look at him like he's supposed to be the most intelligent person on the planet. That's the institution that we have, and he's the product of what is happening to so many people behind bars, spending birthdays inside of cells.
Yeah.
When I was 21, I
like Kodak. That new album, what was it called? Dying to Live?
Dying to Live.
Was that the name of the album?
Dying to Live.
Yeah. Yep. I like that song. Testimony was dope. He had another good one. I hate the one, A Lil Pump.
I feel that.
I just don't like Lil Pump.
Calling My Spirit.
Calling My Spirit. He had a bunch of good songs on it.
I liked a lot of them.
From what I took from that album, I was like, before that, I had never heard a Kodak project in its entirety. Yeah. Just because, even though I like him, his music is generally not what I like to listen to. I'm not gonna lie, I'm an old head a little bit. I'd be listening to like some lyrical miracle motherfuckers.
I hear that.
And Kodak is lyrical in terms of like he actually is kicking knowledge and kicking perspectives that I feel like are fresh and new. And to me, I consider that lyrical, even though you're not rhyming a bunch of like words and shit. But I just never listened to it before. But after hearing it, I was like, you know what? I like Kodak. He actually, I feel like, has something to offer to the game, something that's fresh and new. But other than this Lauren shit, he does be wilding out on Twitter sometimes or Instagram.
He definitely has his moments, but I just think about me in middle school.
What do you think about the Young M.A. shit?
Young M.A. stuff? Yo. Honestly, I feel like she should just drop the diss back because you're too hot of a rapper to be getting on live, getting in your feelings. Like Young M.A. is a hardcore rapper, and if she could have dropped bars on him, calling him a roach, and flamed him up, and we'd all be laughing.
Bro, that would have been great for her career. She went straight to the line.
She could have had a real good beef, and she probably could have took him down.
New York people are the best at roasting.
Like I've heard Biggie Smalls, like, bro, Tupac got on the thing and said, "That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker." Biggie got on it and said, "Who shot you?" Like when the dude got shot and was crying about it. I'm just saying.
Well, the "Who shot you" allegedly wasn't written about Tupac. At least that's what they said in the movie.
Who shot Tupac? Everybody know Tupac got shot.
Yeah,
Tupac got shot.
But what they said in Notorious is that song was recorded before that even happened.
I wouldn't have put it out if he got shot outside my studio.
Yeah.
You got shot outside my studio, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right.
Fuck how you feel.
So speaking of Biggie and Pac, I want to, because I feel like you and me, we have a different taste in music, but we probably listen to a lot of the same shit too. So I want to know, who do you consider the top 5 dudes right now?
Right now?
Right now. Not of all time, just like
right now.
New dudes who were like, basically your freshman XL list. Is that your phone?
Yeah, it's my phone. Okay. Don't worry about it. Is Drake allowed? Because I could do newer artists.
Let's
all right, Drake's the default. Don't even worry about Drake.
Kendrick, and Cole out of this because their default got the first 3.
Fair enough. Okay, my top 5 right now in the game. Number 1 is Kodak. Off rip. Number 1, hottest new boy out. He's got a lot to offer. Number 2 is
hottest new boy.
Well, he's a newer boy. You know what I mean?
Oh, wait. Kodak, you're saying?
Yeah, Kodak.
I thought the name of the rapper was New Boy. I was like, is there another guy named New Boy? I don't know who that is.
Number 2 would probably be Uzi. He's up there.
Uzi?
He's definitely doing his thing.
My little brother's a big Uzi fan.
For real.
He's killing it with I like his music as well, but in terms of like the youth, he has his pulse on the youth right now.
Number 3 is Juice WRLD. He's definitely
Juice WRLD. You can't even deny him. You can't even deny him.
Like
he did 180,000 first week on his last shit.
For real.
Most rappers like are doing 70. Like Kodak, I think did about 70. Uzi probably did around like 110. I think with Eternal Love Is the last one he did. I forget the name of that shit. But Juice WRLD, he's coming in hot with numbers and like number 1 singles and like he's getting a lot of support. I like Juice WRLD. It's a little emo, but honestly, I kind of like that emo shit. Yeah, that shit brings me back to middle school. Like, I hate my mom.
I still see your shadows in my room. That was killing me.
Yeah, no, that shit's lit.
Obviously, 21 Savage.
21.
He's got bars.
My London brethren.
London brethren.
What'd you think about that whole immigration shit?
Bro, that was literally the system coming to get down on somebody just to do it. It's crazy how they did 21 Savage filthy just to do it, and they did Robert Kraft filthy just to do it. They just showed you how much power they have. We all laughed, made memes about it, and went on with our lives, realizing that they can pick up somebody with millions of dollars, do them filthy for a couple weeks, and we don't even care. So what do they do to broke motherfuckers like me if they wanted to?
Yeah, I mean, they do that shit every day. You would have still been in ICE right now if you wasn't 21 Savage. The only reason 21 got out was because he had all the support. It became a headline.
The world
I'm pretty
was
sure Jay-Z got involved. Like, Jay-Z's always getting involved.
Jay-Z's really saving stuff right now. He's not even talking about stuff. He just comes through and does it.
Yeah, no.
And if I'm gonna
Did you see that shit? He there was a rumor that he donated like $300,000 to Nipsey's family or some shit.
Yeah.
But then it ended up being false.
Yeah, they said Jay-Z said, "I did what now?"
Yeah, no, but I appreciate Hov for that, because Hov is definitely, there's a lot of dudes who are just talking that talk, and then there's dudes like Jay-Z who are like, you know, really stepping in and being like a father figure of some sort in hip-hop, because, you know, we're lacking that shit in a lot of ways. But shout out to Hov. Wait, so you had three.
No, I got four. So we got Kodak, we got Uzi, we got 21, we got Juice WRLD, and then we gotta drop my boy A Boogie. And
A Boogie's killing.
Right,
A Boogie is fucking killing.
And the thing is, A Boogie really hasn't been killing it, y'all. And y'all have to know this, because we all live in New York. We live 20 minutes from the Bronx, where his music was the hottest.
But I'll say he's killing now.
Now he's killing it. He wasn't killing it at first. Wasn't. But we thought he was, because we were right next to it.
No, I always knew he was kind of regional. But with his recent album, the Reaper or whatever the fuck it was called, Hoodie Season.
Yes.
Hoodie Season. He had a song called The Reaper. That shit was #1 on the charts for like 4 weeks. Part of it was because no one else was dropping music, but still, like Kodak and 21 dropped too. They weren't #1. Yeah, they all dropped around the same week.
They all dropped. They all took #1 at a point.
Yeah, but A Boogie
held it the longest.
And that's, to me, I feel like a testament to like how, even if you're not part of the internet gimmicks, because I personally feel like he had the best album, and out of all those albums that came out, like the one with the most replay value at least, because that's the one I kept going back to the most. Like, I liked the 21, but I'm not gonna lie, I was listening to the singles. Like, I listened to the J. Cole shit. He had one with Post Malone that I liked, but it wasn't something I went back to. But the A Boogie, like, that shit got me in my bag. The Kodak one I probably went back to more second most, but that A Boogie just kept streaming.
I went through the Kodak a little bit more, because his was about losing friends, and like I was like feeling lonely.
You could empathize, so I felt
with Kodak
it.
When
I think I think A Boogie to me is like, he speaks to me because I feel like I'm a New York dude.
No, I love A Boogie. Don't get it twisted.
And to me, I feel like he's inspiring in a way. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like he's inspired me in a lot of ways in how I make music, because he's showing people that you can be melodic and fun and still, I feel like, you know, be clear with your words and like kind of have like bars. He doesn't really have like hard content like a Kodak, but in terms of like the way he flips like syllables and words, it's like I really respect his wordplay mixed with his melodies. That's why I like A Boogie a lot. So let me give you my 5. This isn't necessarily the 5 that are the biggest right now, but the 5 I feel like have the most potential. So A Boogie's on that list. This isn't in any order. A Boogie's on that list. I'm gonna put 21 on that list too. Our lists are gonna overlap a little bit. Kodak, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Uzi's missing his window. I feel like he's kind of falling off right now, and I feel like we're kind of seeing it before our eyes. Like, I feel like if he doesn't come with a hit soon, it might be over for Uzi.
He just dropped 2 fire singles.
Yeah, but that shit ain't streaming.
Hey, they streaming.
They streaming?
Sanguine, Penguin.
Let me check right now what's on the top of the charts.
Penguin, and then what's the other one? That's a rack.
Man, I see Old
Sanguine
Town.
Paradise, #2.
Oh shit! All right,
brother.
Okay.
Oh wait, and my boy the baby doing his thing too.
I like this song. Sugar's my shit.
He knew,
I gotta listen to this.
Uzi drop, Uzi on the charts. Know that.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give it to Uzi. You know who? This is gonna be a left field, and this is probably like my old head bias. But have you heard of Boogie?
I have not.
You've not? Okay, so he's not super popular right now, but he's a new artist. He's signed to Shady Aftermath. He's Eminem's new artist, and he's not an artist that sounds like Eminem. He's a West Coast artist. He kind of is a mixture between Black, like 6 Lack, a little bit of Kendrick, and a little bit of Chance. He's super dope, and I feel like, to me, a lot of the times when I listen to like the artists that I remember when I used to listen to J. Cole, and I'm like, one day this dude is gonna be the biggest in the game. A lot of people would be like, fuck J. Cole, don't nobody want to hear those responsible raps and shit. But now J. Cole like is undeniable, like one of the best. I feel like A Boogie, I would honestly recommend. He had to me the best album of 2019 so far. There hasn't been that many. All the albums we talking about were all 2018. Kodak.
I feel like Kodak's the next Lil Wayne, bro. And the reason I say that is Wayne is the only one we stayed for when he got out of jail and still was selling every time he got out of jail. A lot of people, they went to jail and they was not selling when they came back.
No.
Kodak is going to go back to jail again.
I think I put Kodak on my list.
No, I know. I was just saying. Yeah.
But Boogie, I'm telling you, I think he's going to occupy the next space of like the Kendrick and the Cole. Like, I'm telling you, this dude is nice. Because it's not like he's just like lyrical. Like, he makes good music. Like, he actually has like really good like song production, and he could sing like good. Like, I would play you some of his shit right now, but he's dope. And the reason, and Chance was probably my 5th.
Chance?
Yeah, Chance is
you still call him up and comer?
No. Oh yeah, he's kind of.
I feel like
he's
in the game now. Yeah,
he's in the game, but I still feel like he's new because he only has one album out.
Man,
I mean, he has Acid Rap.
Real fans know Acid Rap, 10-Day
mixtape.
So what? And then what was the other one? The one he did with Donnie Trumpet.
Surf.
Yes,
Surf. Yeah, I guess. I feel like those were all mixtapes. I feel like
he came up with Childish Gambino. They was working on it together. I gotta leave them because I'm still waiting on their mixtape.
I'll take Chance out of there. So who do I got? I got 21. I got Boogie. I got A Boogie. I got Kodak. And who's my 5th? I guess I'm gonna give it to Uzi. I guess. Or who am I missing? I'm telling you, bro, you gotta listen to Boogie.
I'm definitely gonna listen to Boogie.
I wouldn't I listen to a lot of different shit, but when I heard this album, I'm just like, okay, this is gonna be the next like dude that like the young kids and the old dudes can respect, because
all the people you just named, I'm gonna see it rolling loud, and I'm
Boogie's gonna be there.
I'm pretty sure
he probably is. And also one of the reasons I always try to look at what the label is investing in their artists. And he was on a Kit Kat commercial, like he was on TV, and I'm like, all right, they're gonna put big money behind this dude. So I'm like, okay, but whatever. Shit. Now that we're on the topic of music, what do you think about my man Lil Nas?
Lil Nas. I'm gonna listen to country for Lil Nas. If he really keep with the country stuff, I'll start listening to country.
Billy Ray killed that verse.
If he start doing rap, I don't know if I'm gonna listen to Lil Nas. He's gonna have to be country. He's gonna have to take me to country with him.
Well, I think he's dead ass about the whole country shit, because he's from Texas. I saw a Genius interview with him. He has a Texas accent and everything. Like he seems like he's country to the core, but also hip hop. So I fuck with Lil Nas. That shit is kind of hard. All right. Damn, we're already at 30 minutes. I'm thinking if we could, I mean, I could have my shit as long as I want. I usually try to keep it to 30 minutes, but whatever. I want to talk about the meme game.
The meme game fell off, bro.
The meme game fell off?
I feel like the meme game is dead. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. The meme game died because a lot of y'all probably aren't dark memers. I'm a meme guy.
What's a dark memer?
Listen, I'm not going to say the jokes, but think of the stuff that makes people...
shit that would be on Reddit?
Worse. It gets... You don't know how deep it gets. Like, the dark memers is like the curve into the dark web. Like, it's the only acceptable memes that, like, are okay for everywhere, but you go a little bit further, you in the dark web. Dark webbers probably make the dark memes.
Really?
That's how... I know about all the memes because that's the thing. Like, I'm a meme dude. Like, I'm known for being in a bunch of posting memes.
It cuts off after 30 minutes. But keep on.
So memes. I'm known for posting memes. I post family friendly memes, and some people be like, "Mose, your memes are so savage." Y'all don't know
memes
the memes.
Are savage.
Y'all don't know the memes I have
like,
on my
funny.
camera roll. Y'all don't know the memes I have on my camera roll. Every time I'm about to post something, like, because I get complaints sometimes, and honestly, I'm not finna go back and forth with nobody on the internet. I'll smack shit out you in real life. That's just how it's gonna go. So rather than offend you and make you upset, I'm just gonna not post it because I'd rather not make you upset. Because if you feel some type of way, we could fight. That's it. Hey, there's nothing more to it.
Hey man. Sometimes you gotta keep it 100. Sometimes this internet shit could turn into real life.
If you notice with my memes, they're all screenshots of Twitter.
Yeah,
because
that's where the memes come from. People be hating on Twitter, but they don't understand how good the content is on Twitter. Like, I can go on Twitter and just go through a thread of people talking, and it's like, bro, there's nothing on Instagram that's half as entertaining as this. Instagram is more just like rappers with their links and bios, and I'm one of them. But
Twitter memes became a thing. Actually, in the last 2 years, because mind you, I've been posting memes since high school. I can tell you when Twitter memes became a thing. It used to, like, I was saying, like, it happened in the last 2 years. It used to literally be like, you know, you'd find a funny picture, you find a funny picture of somebody's face, take a clip of a video. Like when, like, all right, I'll pop you into a famous meme right now. Remember when in the Super Bowl the lights went out, and then Rihanna was performing like "Shine Bright Like a Diamond"? Like, these are the memes.
Wait, that wasn't that Beyonce?
Oh no, they said they needed Rihanna so she could shine bright like a diamond, turn on the lights of the stadium. So.
The song was popping around that time too.
There was always a meme that like related to something that was going on, but now the only thing that's going on is trauma in our government with whatever's going on. I'm not gonna get political, but
we don't need to do
I can't post political memes because that's the only trauma that's going on in this country, and I'm not trying to sit here and fight with somebody on their views, dog. Like, listen, I'm not even gonna say that my views are right, but I live this world as a 23-year-old black man and you don't. So how I live my life is through my eyes. How you live your life through your eyes is your eyes. Both of us are right for who we are. That's it. Like,
yeah, and that's the problem that we were talking about earlier. It's like we all have different languages on how we communicate with the outside world, and that's based on where we come from and how our upbringing was. So it's like motherfuckers want to get mad about opinions. It's like, it's my opinion. It's like dudes hate on Joe Budden a lot, and I'm like, bro, just because I don't know, like, I listen to a lot of podcasts and a lot of people hate on Charlamagne, they hate on Joe Budden. I'm like, I don't agree with everything they say, but that don't mean I gotta get mad at them. That's their opinion. It's like I'm not just listening and being like, oh yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Turn it off.
Exactly, you just turn it off, or you just like listen and just hear the other points. And I'm just like, people get mad at differing opinions. I'm just like, bro, that's what makes the world what it is. We're all different people with different perspectives.
Right now, more than anything, we need Tyler the Creator to come back and say, how the fuck do you get bullied on the internet? Nigga, just turn off the computer.
And walk away.
That's literally how, like, it is. Because I don't want to offend nobody because I feel bad. And that's why I post Twitter-friendly memes. I'm like, okay, this might offend like 3% of my population. Because people will really think. Your market. I could post something about fuck these kids and people think I hate pregnant women. Come on, bro. Listen, bro. I support every single person out there doing their thing.
Bad too sometimes.
Man, they're over there raising their kid. That's a fucking beautiful thing, man. There's people who
like, they look bad, like good, like they be sexy.
I'm just supporting the wonderful things they do of raising a child, which I know I can't do at the age of 23. I can't raise myself.
You ain't never looked at a pregnant woman and was like, damn, yo, I'd hit that.
You smoking that shit, huh?
I guess I'm alone on this.
Somebody call the police, please. Now. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Hey man, I guess I'm gonna die on this ledge alone. But hey, man. I know I'm not the only dude. I'm not the only dude, and I'm gonna keep it quiet because I'm in my girl's crib. So back to the meme stuff. Like, what made you like get into it? Like, what made you think like, I want to create a space where I can centralize a lot of the content that I like and repurpose it and also make my own shit. Like, when did you was it a conscious decision or was it like a natural thing that you just naturally gravitated towards?
I made a Facebook.
Oh, you started on Facebook.
I friended a bunch of people.
Old head.
I started talking a bunch of shit of my opinions. Actually, I read back my old opinions. I'm actually a prophet. I have to delete my Facebook because I talk too much wild shit. I'm the VH1 peanut of Facebook when I was 14. if you know who PG is. Well, if you go on Twitter, you'll know who VH1 Peanut is. But
I have no idea what that is.
He's just a dude who always just tweeting some stuff. I'll show you later. But
that was you saying you ran that page?
No, I'm saying like I had like strong, crazy opinions when I was 14, the same way this man has on Twitter now. So I started there. Instagram came out. I was the first person on Instagram. So when y'all all got on and had to add your Facebook friends, I was the first person there. So you all had to add me. Yeah. So then I started posting like pictures of myself, but then I was like, I ain't really like posting pictures of myself. So I had like quotes and shit over like my favorite artists. So I started with that. And then
remember that used to be the wave to just tweet song lyrics. Nowadays you look kind of corny.
And I used to tweet a lot of Tyler Creator song lyrics. I gotta talk about those because I might go to jail for some of them shits. I might go to jail for some Tyler Creator tweets I wrote. But
Tyler really was like a modern Eminem in the terms of like just the way he was like just saying shit for fun, but also like just out of a reaction. Like people heard that shit and thought he was really fucked up in the head, but really he's just playing. Just playing. Just to make you mad. And
it worked.
I'm not gonna lie though, I never had any negative feelings towards Tyler, but I never really got into his music. Maybe because I was so much of an Eminem fan, I think I was just like, oh, this dude's kind of just doing the Eminem thing.
Do you remember my first Instagram handle?
It had something to do with Odd Future, right?
Yeah, it was Odd Future.
It was Odd for Good
All Moses, yep.
Yeah.
So I was a Tyler Creator fan. No,
I know you were, and I respect him. I heard a little bit of Flower Boy. It wasn't my forte, but I just respect Boy, him.
I stopped listening.
I respect the whole Odd Future gang just for like their collective mentality and like how they have really original content. Like I liked his web series more than anything.
Yeah.
And like the shit he was doing on YouTube.
They were the West Coast ASAP mob for real.
But even on some more, I mean, ASAP had a little bit more swag to it. I feel like Tyler was just more like, we're just gonna do whatever the fuck we want. Boys. They were just wild.
You're either ASAP.
ASAP was more like just New York, like we're pretty Flacco, whatever. So another question about the meme shit. I want to like, what has it like taught you about people? Because I feel like you know what works and what doesn't work, and like I feel like to me that's crowd research. Like in a way, like there's a very concerted effort on like the type of content you post and like what people are gonna like and what they don't like. Yeah. And I feel like that takes a certain level of understanding of people.
I know like the times to post certain things. Fridays, not really good to post anything but pictures of yourself because people are out as well. So they're gonna like
especially Friday night.
Yeah, they're gonna like quick if they see a picture like, oh, that's my friend. But they're not gonna really look at a quote or something. No. I know like late nights, that's kind of when you could either post some raunchy stuff, but I try not to post too much raunchy stuff because listen, I got people in my DMs I'm trying to duck right now, so I'm good on that. But I can either post raunchy if I'm feeling crazy. I might do that like once a month, and then for the most part, if I feel like posting something like up, like I could post something uplifting, or I could just post something like when I'm in my bag, quote unquote. I don't really be in my bag. I just be posting, but y'all think I'm in my bag, but in my bag. And then I gotta give you the daily laugh at like 11 in the morning, or I gotta give you something like inspirational. So I got
11 a.m. I feel like is usually the best time that I like to post. I'm like, all right, dudes are at work, they're bored, they're probably on their phone scrolling. Let me give them some content.
I have like a whole section of memes for different scenarios, and I post it up right when you need to. Like, I know somebody out there needs to hear this, and I really be knowing when somebody needs to hear this. Like, I'll post a meme. My friend could have told me some real stuff the night before, and it literally would have been for them, and like 200 people felt the same way. You know what I mean? Because if one person feels it, you'd be surprised how many other people feel it.
Exactly. I mean, essentially, like, the way I look at it is like you said, if one person feels it, then there's a market for it somewhere. So it's like, you just got to keep that content pushing. What if you like in terms of the algorithm, like, how do you manipulate that to favor your page? I guess you kind of briefly touched on that.
Realistically, yeah. My biggest thing is just I know when to post certain things.
Consistent posting.
I post like every day, at least a meme a day. Yeah. I know to trying to put my picture out there when I see that I haven't seen a picture of my face in mad long, and people just think it's a meme page. Because overall, what I get out of the memes, I don't like make bread off of it, but it gets me to further opportunities. Like people need graphic designers. I have like 30 graphic designers that follow me, and I've been able to like hook people up on jobs together. I'm kind of like the middle ground for like setting people up together, and just know
sure. It's a hub. It's a platform that you've built, and it benefits yourself and other people. Like
networking. That's really what it is. Like it's a super network, and like I just keep it up because I know it hasn't let me down. People, I've been to restaurants before in Westchester, and people say, "You're thank you Moses," and I've gotten free food at Chipotle multiple times.
Really?
I'm not gonna say who those people are, but thank you very much.
Crazy.
I love you forever.
Free
I've gotten free food a lot.
Lit.
I've gotten free food a lot for my memes, believe it or not.
Wow.
I follow you on the gram, free food.
Wow, that's crazy.
People know me from upstate, from Connecticut all the way down to maybe the Bronx a little bit. No, I'm not in the Bronx that crazy. Like right below the Bronx, New Rochelle.
Shit, you gotta stay far away from the Bronx. That's crazy though. I didn't realize that. Like, I mean, I guess I knew the impact you were making, and that's part of the reason I wanted to do like this interview, to kind of just like get a better understanding of it. But like, just to have that recognizability where you don't even know some people, but they know you, and like they're just like I want to give you some free food. Like I've had mad people like come up to me that I didn't know that were like, oh, you're the J-Ville, but I never got no free food out of it.
when there was one time, bro, I remember like when I was probably like 19, and this one post I'll have to remember forever. It was some girl from Wisconsin. Like I didn't know her at all. Some baddie, she was following me. She went to one of my old posts so nobody saw it. She commented on it. She said, I just want you to know I be having the worst of days sometimes, and I just scroll through your page and I be laughing for days. Like she said, on my darkest of days when I know I need a laugh or somewhere I could go smile, I just scroll through your old memes and I know I'll be good. She said, just thank you so much for holding it down. And I was like, dang, like I'm just over here just posting for fun, but I didn't know I was actually making people like,
bro, it's crazy. Days. Like you'd be surprised. like some people really like, you know, take this shit and like it helps them a lot. Like at the end of the day, everyone, it's the double-edged sword about social media. It's like we're so addicted to it that it's like this is our escape from the bullshit. Even though it gets us sucked into more bullshit, but like for a lot of us, this is like how we can shut down the noise, like and like just laugh about some dumb shit. Your memes are definitely like I guess I never realized it. Like sometimes when I am probably like in a bad mood, I see your shit, I'm just like, yo, that's funny as shit. Like I think you just posted like, yo, it feels like single outside.
Yes, it does. Lord knows.
And I'm just like, yo, that's funny as shit. I'm in a relationship, but just like I just really appreciate the sentiment, and like it feels like it's a genuine effort to make people laugh.
I started trying to beat up the dudes more too. Because when I beat up the dudes with my memes, like the memes about niggas ain't shit, everybody laughs. Yeah. I do a meme to beat up the girls a little bit. No. The dudes is laughing, but I'm gonna just try to fight them a little bit more. But just know you gonna catch it eventually. What goes around comes around. But I'm a light on y'all. I'm light on y'all.
Yeah, no, you gotta stay away from girls.
I try not to beat y'all up.
You can't
too
really,
much.
because the thing about like girls have like an unspoken like code. It's like if you come at one of us, there's gonna be 20 other girls who are like, this nigga ain't shit. I done told you.
Dudes don't have their code. These dudes don't know loyalty.
There's no loyalty in these streets.
Guys,
you seen what happened to Nipsey. There ain't no loyalty in these streets. Motherfuckers will down you for some dumb shit. But one more thing, and I guess after this we can end this. You said that the meme game is dead, or that it's dying. So how are you going to I guess adapt to this, and are you gonna eventually try to transition out of that type of content?
I'm doing a movie, bro.
Yeah, you're doing the movie. So I knew the answer to the question, but I still wanted to answer.
When I blow up, I'll either deactivate my account or sell it. Because
you can get an intern to run that shit.
The memes will get you in. Well, I don't think my memes will get me in trouble. If anything, it would probably
I don't think your stuff is that offensive.
It would be my Twitter post, if anything, from back in the day that I've been trying to wash out the best I can.
Bro,
but
I probably got mad.
Yeah, because I'm saying,
I used to just like say, like, I would never was someone with opinions like that, but like I would just tweet like just dumb shit, like just offensive things that I was like, no one cares.
Nobody gets in trouble for Instagram posts. You get in trouble for old tweets. But as far as right now, I mean, people are afraid to post because they don't want to offend people. The demographic starts getting more and more mad. People who weren't mad about a joke 3 years ago are
some people are actually
livid about shit now.
Yeah,
somebody wakes up mad.
A lot of revisionist history going on.
A lot of people wake up mad tomorrow. So I'm still me. I've been the same dude I've always been. I've definitely learned to be more sensitive to other people's feelings and try not to purposely piss people off, but at the same time, I ain't gonna sit around scared because somebody doesn't want me to say something. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, silencing me, bro, you're gonna have to kill me, and that's how I really feel about things, and I mean that.
Don't say shit. I mean,
you tell the government that.
I'm glad you take your stance like that, but shit like that, you don't want to talk about your death ever.
Listen, bro,
because then when you die, people are gonna resurface this interview and be like, "Yo, you see what they did to Moses? They couldn't silence him."
That's a fact, because that's the only way you're gonna silence me. Like,
But I feel like a lot of your stuff is like just like good-hearted. Like, even if it is at somebody's expense, at sometimes it's not like malicious. It's just like more of like you have to learn to laugh at yourself kind of thing. Like
half my memes, I be making fun of myself in the captions.
You be going hard on yourself.
I be beating myself up. Everybody's like, "Ooh, Mose, you ain't that bad." I'm like, listen, man, I ain't want y'all to start. Don't start with y'all shit now.
Shit.
You can't laugh at yourself, man. I don't know what to tell y'all.
Yeah, no. So all right, so we're going to conclude the episode here. We had a great episode. I actually really want to thank you for coming out, because I've done interviews before and it was like I had to cut mad shit, but I feel like everything that we spoke about I'm going to put out. Like, I don't even think this episode needs any cuts in between, because we had consistent conversation that I felt like had a purpose, and we had shit that we wanted to say. So I want to thank you, Moses, for coming out.
Absolutely, man.
The Meet Me in the Middle podcast. I'm going to do more of these. I'm going to interview more people. If you know me, and this is only if you know me, because I'm not trying to interview people I don't know. This is not the type of platform for that shit. If you know me and you think you want to do some shit like this, hit me up. I'm taking guests now. The Meet Me in the Middle podcast. Thank you for listening. Thank you for Moses. Thank you. Thank
you, Moses.
I'm thinking of your. I'm not even talking about your meme page.
That's why it works.
It does work. Thank you, Moses, for coming out. Follow him at you know better how to.
Thank you, Moses.
It's Thank you, Moses, and his personal.
They call me Meads. I'm probably not gonna let you follow me on that. But just being honest.
Thank you guys for listening. We're out here. I don't really know how to end this shit right now, so I'm gonna just say, fuck the free world. R.I.P. Nip. These other podcasts ain't shit. This is the best podcast in Westchester, and we haven't even dropped an episode yet. It's lit. Thank you guys for watching. Oh wait, I'm gonna put our socials right here. So, Ville Music. They call me. Thank you, Moses. They call me Meads. He probably won't let you follow him on that, but you can try. Thank you guys. Deuces.